All right, and we're live. Hello, everyone. We have the wonderful Linda G in the house tonight.
Hi, you guys. Sorry I had to cancel yesterday. I was telling Kevin, I did the Kenny Loggins concert up at a casino thing. It's an outdoor concert. It was very fun. But I had a Pete's drink, a Pete's Frappe, which still has coffee in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not used to drinking coffee in the evening. I should have had a decaf because I laid there wide awake. 3:30 came. I think I finally dozed off.
Yeah.
But
you said it was Pete's coffee?
Huh?
You said the Pete's coffee brand?
Pete's. Oh my God. When we used to go visit my father when he was at the VA, my mom and I, we used to get a small cup of Pete's coffee, and boy, we were wired for the rest of the night.
Me and my husband really, I think our favorite coffee that we get is the Major Dickinson blend by Pete's. It is so good. It's like a darker one.
Major Dickinson. Okay, I'll have to try it. If I drink it early in the day, I'm cool. And like I told you, I'm a little run down today, but at least I'm awake.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing dead people. That helps.
I
had a dream, by the way, if I may mention, Kevin, and I want to say this out loud. It was about 2 nights ago. Oh, thank you, Water Lily. She's always so sweet. I had a dream that I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene being hauled off by the police.
Oh, wow.
She's screaming, and she had a short dress on like she likes to wear, and her legs were so muscular. I remember seeing her legs thinking, damn, those are muscular legs. And she was kicking and screaming.
Oh, wow. And I've read on her before because I feel like her district that she's in is very red. So I feel like there's a good chance that she's going to probably get reelected. But I don't think she's going to stay in very long because I felt like there was some time behind bars myself.
Might be some charges coming up.
Yeah.
I know Lauren Boebert is going to
out. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. We already almost have 250 on. So.
Whoa. Hey, Sheila. Hi, Ron. Right. Hi, Seascape, Lisa, Sharon, Lynn. Lynn said, lovely dream. Carol, Christy, Rolande. There's a lot of my backup team. Vivian, Butterflies, Rise, or Free. Butterflies, that's the question that him and I was just talking about before we came online. We knew everybody's going to want to know what's up.
Yeah. So I saw it on your community page. You posted it that, from MSNBC, and I watched it and I was like, my guys showed me fireworks as soon as I watched it. So I think it's going to be pretty explosive.
Well, for them to stop everything and do a show during the vacation time, somebody came to them and really handed a whopper. Now, I went through on my pendulum asking every name under the book. Pompeo, Giuliani, everybody. The one that Kevin just mentioned to me that said yes was Mo Brooks.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm getting goosebumps as you say it too.
So it said yes on here. Might be more than one person.
But I think we got a good show tomorrow to watch. So I had to reschedule one of my Reiki appointments. I was like, can we do this a little bit earlier? Because I don't want to miss this.
I have a show I'm supposed to do with a sweetheart. I can't think. Adrian, what's his name?
Oh, Aiden?
Aiden. I need to get if he's on here today. I need to ask him. We could do a little earlier or a little late. Yeah. It's starting at what time?
It's starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's like 10 a.m. your time.
Yeah, 10 a.m. Well, we might be done by noontime when I'm supposed to work with him.
Yeah. Seascape says Mo Brooks is mad as hell at Trump.
And he might have handed them a whopper. He might have but think about it. Why would they stop everything? I mean, just say we got to come on right now. It's not
Well, they're in
because
recess, I think, aren't they?
it's even stuff that they were planning on doing. No, this is an extra. This is an extra.
Mhm.
And they figured the community needs to know about it ASAP.
But Congress just went on recess too, I did think. It wasn't last week.
Or does it have something to do with Jenny Thomas being
That
this
came to
big
my mind too.
event? Maybe even Mo Brooks has something to do with Jenny Thomas. He'll say, "Oh, she was the one that paid for this and that."
Mhm.
So we'll find out, you guys.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be a good show. So if you can watch it, make sure you tune in.
Carol says she's going out for hot dog. Girl, tell me about it. This is the time I really wish I could eat a chili cheese dog, but my old stomach can't handle that good stuff anymore.
We have a good it's like a diner. Well, we have two of them not too far from where I live, and they have the best hot dogs, chili cheese dogs.
Oh my God.
Like one of like drive-in diners.
Wow.
Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, the chat is a little crazy today. So try to write them in all caps, a couple emojis, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. I'm assuming probably the big stuff we can throw some cards on is this hearing tomorrow. And I haven't done a reading since Roe v. Wade was
kicked out.
Yeah.
But so when it happened, I went to get upset, and my guides are like, "Yeah, this isn't going to last very long."
No, I don't think so either. And I know that, I mean, obviously, it's a huge setback for women and women's rights, and I know there's a lot of anger over it too. But my guides were saying, it's only temporary.
Well, listen. If we don't address this ASAP, those idiots are going to go straight for the jugular on gay rights.
Yeah.
Trust me, immediately. Because they're a chain gang in there, and they don't care what you think. Maybe if we hit up Jenny Thomas, maybe we're going to get a little reprieve. Maybe there's some illegal, but we've got to, something's going to come up. Maybe even Manchin and those other people and Senator, what's her name? Collins will say, let's vote on codifying Roe versus Wade.
Well, I think they would have to get rid of the filibuster before.
That's what I'm saying, the filibuster. Mm-hmm. It may happen.
Yeah. I was kind of feeling after midterms personally, but I mean, I think, as long as we put that out into the universe, I think we can manifest this a lot quicker.
I just feel it sooner than later. Like I feel something's going to happen to Putin pretty soon.
Yeah, I felt that too.
And with the bombings he just recently did, including the shopping center in Kyiv, that was just showing his butt. By the way, he doesn't have enough bombs to keep going. And by the way, it was just on the news that he was taken by ambulance somewhere, a whole bunch of vehicles. Something's going on with him. So something's about ready to come down with him.
Did that bombing just happen? Because I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it happened last night. Yeah.
It happened last night. Yeah.
I think they said a 7-year-old and her father died.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and I don't think they've done any bombings towards Kyiv in a while, have they? They've been focusing more on the east, right?
Right.
Well, I feel I agree with you with Putin. I don't feel like he's going to be around for too much longer.
No.
But I feel like once he's gone, things are really going to settle down. I think that there's going to be some undisputed areas in the east, and even probably that area that they took in 2014, like Crimea. But I think in a year or two, I see Ukraine getting all that territory back.
Oh, I see them going in and just tearing it up, because the parts that Russian soldiers are taking over now, they bombed them to hell. It's nothing but rubble. Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of rebuilding.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't look to see how the stocks are doing. Not too bad. It went back up 31,446. It was down to 29. And now it's minus 53. But you know, Russia finally had to, for the first time since 1918, they had to not pay their bills.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So now it begins.
Well, do you want to? I'm sure that you've read on it since, but do you want to take a look, throw some cards on Roe v. Wade, see what's going on with
Sure,
the
let's
energy
look.
around that?
I
I
Gardner, hold on, let me close my back door.
Sure.
Can you hear that, Gardner?
I can't. No.
He's blowing away. Okay.
All right. I'll just say though, I posted on the Roe v. Wade. My guides told me it was going to be temporary. I don't see it super long. I mean, I was personally feeling like maybe after midterms, all the gains that we're going to get in the Senate and in the House will stay with the Democrats. Them doing some filibuster changes, and I felt it was going to be like a federally passed bill.
Yeah,
that
they're gonna put it in to where these whoever becomes Supreme Court can't change it.
Yeah,
I
but
will
go ahead, Linda. I'm sorry.
I will tell you this, that as you know, the synagogue in Florida is suing because they're saying, hey, you can't deny abortions based on Christianity.
Right.
That's our religion and we believe in it. So don't be taking your Christian faith and rubbing it down my throat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big one right there.
Yeah. Well, and there's clearly the separation between church and state, so it should have never have happened to begin with.
And let me tell you something else someone posted, and I posted it on my Twitter. The IRS, you can't take credit for a fetus because it's not considered a human being.
Yeah.
Not until the baby born. So the federal government even recognizes that. Okay.
It's just crazy what they're doing. But I wanted to pull a card from the collective on the Roe v. Wade because people are so upset. And, you know, I think in these hard times, yeah, of course, people are upset. But, you know, we should try to change the energy that we put out there into a positive to manifest what we're desiring.
Well, as soon as I heard it, and I wasn't too surprised.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't come out of the blue. But I will tell you, as soon as I heard it, I thought, oh, you just woke the sleeping giant.
Oh, yeah.
I saw ants going to the polls. People going through whatever they had to do. And this is it. It was because something was going to come up and they say, yeah. Can you hear it now?
Yeah, I can hear a little bit now. Yeah, I agree, Linda. I think, and I think that was probably a big reason why this happened was because we need that motivating force to get Democrats, women, independents, even some moderate Republicans. I'm in Ohio, so been a pretty red state the last few elections. And so I have a lot of Republican friends, even, you know, people that like Trump. And even I'm like on Facebook, all of them are really upset about this too. So it's not just Democrats.
There's a guy just on Twitter said 4 generations of Republicans. And you know what? We're not going Republican again.
No, I don't think so either.
And all those families with gay families, you know, they're not just hurting the gays, they're hurting the gays' families.
Families, yeah.
But they are so pompous. They think, yeah, we're gonna hit that up next.
I saw even Trump was saying that this was not smart to do this close to a midterm.
When they accidentally, somebody released that statement saying what they were going to do, and everybody was in an uproar. Well, Trump had told all his friends, you know what? I don't think this is going to help us. I think we could lose in the polls because of this. Now he's acting like king for a day, you know.
Yeah.
I can't fix my hair.
But I wanted to throw a card for the collective over this because, you know, justifully so everybody's upset. But I do think that our thoughts are really powerful, what we put out there.
Yeah.
So we can turn these thoughts and, you know, from being scared or anxious into, you know, more positive and use that to fuel us to speak our truth and, you know, protest this. I think that that's going to be really helpful and bring that change a lot quicker. But my message for everybody, I use this postcard from Spirit Guide deck, and I just love the messages, and it, I think, is a really good card for this. So everybody's Spirit Guides want you to know that, dear you, The simple yet powerful law of cause and effect means everything is in relationship. Every action on earth has a consequence, and even in the spirit world, there is a consequence for every action taken on your behalf. Right now, you're facing conditions that were set in motion by past decisions. Consequences are coming into being in your favor. They will remind you that making good choices and listening to your intuition pay off. If some things are a little off and uncertain, know that whatever you're facing, you can step beyond it just by using your imagination and acting on that instead of reacting to what is being presented. Everything you think and do has far-reaching reverberations in the web of life. Move to higher ground and have faith that what goes around comes around. The universe is always self-correcting anyway. Isn't it amazing how we adore you? So I think that that's really kind of a lot of what I was just saying, that energy that we put out there.
Yes.
We manifest that and attract it with the universe. And
well, here's the deal, Kevin. There was no compromise. None.
Oh, yeah, I know.
There was not. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to shore up men paying for child support. We're going to get down on that. Mm-hmm. We're going to make sure your children have medical care. If you find yourself unable to house yourself or anything, we're there for you with child care and assistance. But nothing. Mm-hmm. It's you keep the baby, rape, incest, whatever.
Well, they don't.
And that's it.
These Republicans don't care about what happens after the baby's born.
No.
If they did, they would be all for these social programs of helping all these kids.
Well, listen, they have the money. They send their mistresses elsewhere to get
Right. Yeah. They're not going to be the ones that suffer the consequences from this.
Now, this is entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
But there's a little thing I heard, and I'm just going to say it, and we don't know for sure. It's hearsay right now. Okay. That some friend of Ivanka that helped take her to go get an abortion might be speaking up pretty soon.
Oh, really?
That's hearsay, though. So we don't know if that's true, but wouldn't that be something if that came out?
Right.
She had the right, for Christ's sakes, Yeah.
Well, I did get some kind of goosebumps as you were saying that, so very well might happen, but we'll see.
Spirits Beyond the Stars said, Clarence Thomas just said he has no intentions of ever looking at interracial marriage.
Of course not. Why would he?
So let me tell you what I got on the cards.
All right.
It starts off with the 8 of Cups, which is disappointments, everybody's imagination going crazy. Crossed with the King of Wands, which is a Trump thing.
Yeah.
It's the Trumpism in here. And then on the basis of it, it's like people packing their stuff and heading out. Mm-hmm. This is going to cause such a battle, but the karmic star is right on top of it. So this too shall pass.
Yeah.
And here's the Ace of Swords. So that's the outcome card. It's going to get cut off the books. Mm-hmm. It's going to make it stronger.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's going to make it stronger. A lot of action going. This isn't going to settle out. This isn't going to get quiet. Oh, well, get used to it. This is going to settle out. They're saying that the is it the FDA? Or somebody approved that pill, so you can't turn on the federal government.
Oh, yeah.
People have the right to get it because they're going to try to play with that.
And well, I think Merrick Garland said that he wasn't going to allow any action against the FDA, I think is what he was saying.
Right. So yeah, this is, and I see because of this and with more Democrats coming in, there'll be hearings on these justices.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, Biden doesn't want to pack the court. He's already said no. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. There'll be hearings on. I don't know if Thomas. I always saw him going. I don't know if he goes out feet first or he walks out. I'm almost feeling him saying his wife is going to get in trouble and he has to step because of his wife.
Mm. Oh, you think he'll say it's his health. Because of his health is what he'll say.
He'll say it's his health.
Yeah, and you know what? And I had I think you've seen this too. I had a really strange feeling about Roberts thinking about leaving, but then I was kind of confused because he didn't vote um, against overturning Roe v. Wade, but that Mississippi case that came up, he voted in favor of it with the other conservatives. But I just felt like he was so embarrassed of these conservatives and like afraid for his legacy, and he was threatening to leave. Is what I was kind of
Well,
picking up.
I see something coming up where he leaves while a Democratic president is in office. He may even be thinking, I need to leave, but I'll wait till the 2024 when we get a Republican, but it's not going to be a Republican. It's going to be a Democrat.
Yeah. Well, and I've been saying it for a long time. I think even before I started my channel, I felt like the Republican Party was going to fracture. Thank you, Aries Wanderer. I felt like it was going to fracture into two, and I felt like it was going to happen more after midterms when Republicans realized Trump being the head of their party was a loser because they were so shocked that they lost. And we're already kind of starting to see that now. You're really starting to see a lot of the MAGA go against the rhinos, is what they call them. So we're kind of already seeing that split happening before midterm. So I don't think that's going to do them any favors either.
Right. But the main thing is I don't want people to be tripping, because I'm going to tell you right now, just like when I saw that war and I was so panicked and my heart was racing, and my guides, they don't like when I panic. And they said, listen, this is the beginning of the end of Putin, Linda. And look, everybody's turning their back on Putin.
Yeah.
He's one of the most hated men in the world.
I feel like
he's going down.
And I feel like the health thing's been going on for a little while. I feel like he got to a point where he was just like, thinking of the legacy of Russia, and he was like, well, what do I have to lose? Because I feel like he's terminally ill. So
and also they're running out of bullets. So and they got no money to buy more. So it's slow. He's trying to act like he's got it together, and he doesn't. Now, what's that young woman's name? She's a basketball player that's there now.
Oh, Brittany Griner, is that it?
I want you to know that her trial starts Friday, and I really feel, let's throw on her.
Yeah.
Let's see if the cards say yes. But I really feel that she's going to get the full gamut thrown at her, like 10 years.
Yeah. She won't.
But here's what's going to happen. She won't serve the 10 years because Putin will be gone. Because I had that vision of Navalny waving at everybody. He looked weak, but he was out in the open and he was free. So a lot of people are getting out of there. Tell me about it. But I saw bad news and then I see good news.
Yeah, once Putin's out of there.
Yep, look at what they're going to hand her. They're going to try to destroy her. People are going to be really upset.
Oh, yeah.
The outcome is intervention by a higher force. So the outcome isn't death, or the outcome for her is that she gets out. She'll actually write a book about this. She'll make some money off of it. Like my made-for-TV show that's coming out.
Yeah, I'm getting the same kind of thing. I think it's all going to be okay in the end because in the future I have the star, so it's like karmically guided. Right now she's really fighting for herself, for her freedom, and all that seclusion with the hermit crossing it. And I did have the star in the future, but the star is gonna come after being defeated.
I'm telling you, she will be so depressed. But if I could talk to her and say, girlfriend, just pretend like this too shall pass, because it will.
Yeah. The bottom of my deck had like a losing judgment. There's that loss there, the loss of the battle, that judgment announcement. But I do agree with you. I don't think it's going to be too long. Maybe even like I'm feeling like sometime in the fall she might be released.
Yeah. Something's going to happen where they're releasing a lot of people.
Yeah. And a lot of the, the prisoners that they've taken from Ukraine, I see them being released too.
And North Korea is trying to throw some stuff at us right now.
What's going on with North Korea?
Well, they were threatening they're doing another atomic satellite thing, and somebody even said Russia put up something in outer space. Nobody knows what it is, but they're threatening America. They always threaten us.
Yeah,
So,
they try to act like big man on campus and just want to be relevant. But as you were saying that too, I felt like they were going to have some kind of failure with this, because I saw them like launching something up and then it coming down. But I don't feel like it's I'm not feeling it's like a nuke or a missile or anything that's like activated. I feel it's like a rocket that they shoot up. There's some kind of malfunction and it comes crashing back down.
Okay. I was just joking. She knows I'm joking. I said my made-for-TV movie, and of course I'm joking when I do this. Somebody said, Spirits from Beyond, she said, some were saying they were not allowed to protest at the Supreme Court judges' houses. That is not true. They protest at their homes, right? When they got rid of Roe versus Wade. By the way, Supreme Court said, yeah, you can still protest at Planned Parenthood or whatever and block entrances. Yeah.
Well, it was interesting that all these Republicans and Mitch McConnell were out there saying how outrageous it was that Democrats weren't helping to put some kind of bill in to put protections for the Supreme Court, like literally a week after Uvalde. Like they didn't care about the safety of the children, but they care about the Supreme Court so much. They're just so disgusting. It just is sickening.
But a house divided, like Lincoln said, a house divided cannot stand. And we as a country, we can't cut them out. They're still Americans. But I don't know. The good news is there's a lot of people that they even put on Fox News this hearing. And there's a lot of people thinking, really? They're not claiming that he is God,
Yeah, and Trump is just so mad after these hearings because a lot of Republicans are starting to view him differently. And you know what I'm interested to see too, after this Roe v. Wade, we have primaries the next couple of weeks. And I want to see what the Democratic turnout looks like in these next couple of primaries. Because I bet I feel like it's going to be incredible. Because it's been kind of weak for the Democrats. We already had our primary here in Ohio. There hasn't been a lot of Democratic turnout because everybody's upset over the economy or inflation. I think it's more price gouging personally, but
I know it is. And it's not Biden's fault. The whole world's going through it.
Right. But, so people have been upset and, not motivated, but this is going to motivate women to go out and vote. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
This is an interesting question. I would love your opinion on this, Linda. Cheryl says, when does the soul enter the body?
When it takes the first breath.
When it takes the first breath.
Eckhart Casey said that when he went into sleep and they asked the higher realm, when does the soul in the body? When it takes its first breath, because the movement it makes when its brain starts to function is just a motion without a soul. It's a body. I've worked with people who have died and their body starts to move post-death because it's an automatic thing sometimes with your muscles and your, but when sometimes soul leaves bodies when the body's still alive because they're on.
A lot of Alzheimer people, I feel like, are somewhat, already kind of crossed. Now, I have heard of some people that said that they remember their birth too, but I feel like in those situations, there's something in somebody's soul contract when they come down here where they agree they want to experience that. But I agree with you. I feel like it's after birth.
That's, because even the skeleton and everything isn't the head. It can be squeezed and everything. It would be hard for a physical body to feel that.
Yeah, I'm sure a very claustrophobic feeling too. So.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to throw some cards on this hearing? I know that we were kind of saying our hits that we were getting as we were watching it, but just maybe throw on that.
I don't think Pat Cipollone, but I could be wrong.
It's
the
a male,
one that said yes was, who was the one you mentioned? I didn't bring my
Mo Brooks.
Yeah, I think it's Mo Brooks.
Yeah, I think so too. But there's other stuff in with this too. It very well could be something about Ginny Thomas coming out.
Yeah, or Jenny. They find some really fantastic stuff about
Yeah.
Jenny. Because this whole uh, abortion thing, like I said, they don't even bring anything to the table. Even if they had gone for the 15 weeks and say, hey, look, tell you what, we're going to get on fathers to make sure they start, paying the proper child support. We're going to get on helping mothers get a place to live or assistance or childcare, something, anything.
Well, what I think will be interesting too is obviously after this, like you were saying, they're going to start their attacks on gay marriage and contraceptive. But they're not going to talk anything about banning Viagra for these old men in charge.
No, they don't ban it. It's perfectly
Right.
all right.
All right. I'm just going to throw a couple cards just to see what the energy is, because I feel it's going to be explosive. I don't think that they would have came out of recess to do this hearing if it wasn't something major, new information that they got.
It's something that's important enough. And they want to get it out there because we need for people to know.
Yeah.
Or they might even feel it'll get put out before they get back on board in July. So that's why they want it to come up.
Does it make it leaked? Thank you, Ava. I appreciate that. And for everybody that has sent the super stickers, I appreciate you all. All right.
Somebody, was it in Ohio? Somebody said they needed to demand that any male going into puberty has to be fixed. And then when he got the money and able, then he can have children. It won't go through, but I'm just saying. Hey, Hawaii bound.
Yes, make sure you go out and vote. This is going to get people out. I feel like there's two issues here, and I do feel like one's mostly surrounding a male, but with this Two of Swords, I'm feeling like it's like two big things that they want to get off, and I think one of them might actually have to do with funding, so that very well could be Jenny, how she helped fund to get the buses there. Oh, you're also sweet, thank you. Yeah, I feel like somebody's upset because they were put out in the cold. It's a male. They're coming in with Knight of Cups. Somebody's out in the cold. It very well could be Mo Brooks because of Trump turning his back on him and, having that isolation with the Hermit.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a battle coming up. There's some some fighting. I think that's among Republicans. And then at the bottom, I have the Wheel of Fortune. So things moving in the order that they're supposed
to. Fortune's fate.
Mm-hmm.
Fortune's fate. Don't forget with Andre. By the way, you guys, I'm doing a show with Andre today.
Oh, nice.
Don't forget what Andre said. 2023, and even around the midterms in November, Biden's chart looks really good. Now, why would it look good? Because he's got a Congress and a Senate who needs to get things done.
Yeah.
Somebody was lying. Somebody is picking up the pieces off the battlefield. Someone's coming in, giving information and sneaking out. And they're also going to fear what's going to happen to them because they'll be looked at as a traitor. But the news is going to be so happy. People are like jumping around excited. You know how the news turns immediately too. And then they talk like they'll repeat this show probably 5-6 times. I put myself on auto tape for the January 6th, but I didn't realize that it got taped the same one 5 or 6 times because they're repeating it 24/7. But yeah, there's they did help someone. I felt that too, because they really aren't there to put anybody in jail.
No.
But they might help them because something is bad enough that they know they might get hit. They're going to make it look like, well, you cooperated. But it's something bad.
Mm-hmm. You know what, too, I find, I don't agree with Liz Cheney's politics, and I applaud her for standing up, when she needed to. But I also, She's still a Republican, and I hear that she's really against Ginny Thomas testifying because I think that they have a relationship.
That's too bad. She'll be outvoted by everybody else. She's not the one running the show.
Yeah. Have you ever felt? I kind of don't think that she's going to get reelected this year, but I see something else for maybe like a ambassador or some kind of thing in the future. Have you read on that?
No.
With this?
I can't stand this. I can't tell which direction to go with my hair with this camera.
Yeah, because it's backwards.
It's backwards. No, I don't know. Let's look. I'm going to look if she wins. Liz Cheney.
Yeah. Thank you, Kay.
How's your puppy doing?
Oh, he's so good. And I want to thank you too for sending prayers. And I've already thanked everybody in the community, but it helps. It helps so much. And you know what? Once I realized something, we had him at an emergency vet for a weekend, and he had the obstruction. They were kind of just peddling us around because they charge outrageous rates, and they wanted to wait till he got critical to do a $6,000 exploratory surgery. But you know, I knew it was so divinely guided, and everything was going to be okay because the vet he normally goes to, I had scheduled my other two dogs' dental cleanings for that Monday, and I did that like 3 months in advance, 2-3 months, because they're really busy. They book up for those kind of things, and so I was able to postpone their dental cleanings and get Finn in for a surgery. It's only $1,200, so you know, a fraction of what this emergency vet would have charged me. And they told me at the time too that I could have done the exploratory surgery, but they weren't sure it was an obstruction, so we could have spent that much money and that not be the cost of it, because they weren't doing scans or anything. They did X-rays and had him on IVs to keep him hydrated.
What the heck?
Yeah, he was there a day and a half, and I got like a $2,500 bill just for X-rays and.
Well, listen, my daughter had a kitty cat that got that. What's that terrible disease? You know, the cat can't live. It's a very common. It was a little teeny cat, and it was so sick. And she'd take it to the vet, and they would start an IV, and it would rally with the IV. And then as soon as you stop with the IV. And I think they milked her out of pretty much everything she had.
Yeah.
And she said, "Ma, I can't keep up with it." I said, "The cat's going to die, babes. You know, don't keep putting it through this." Well, so I contacted them and I told them, "Look, you keep doing things." And she told you she didn't have the money anymore to be doing these things. And I'm telling you now, get a judge to sue her. Sue her for this money, and we'll show them all the communications where we told you that we can't do this anymore. And they immediately stopped after that.
No. Was it feline leukemia?
Huh?
Was it feline leukemia? People were asking in the chat.
No, it's some parvo, or what's it called? Dogs get it too. It's when they're young.
They get, parvo is one, because they maybe he had that, but he had a shot.
It's fatal.
Okay.
But that's why they have to be isolated when you first bring them home and keep them away from other dogs.
Yeah. Well, you know, and the thing is with these places too, is it's all predatory things. Like, we had to put a $1,500 deposit down just to keep him there overnight. They told us, you know, if we don't keep him there, he's going to die. It's so sick when all they care about is, you know, all the money and not the well-being of the animals. It's just disgusting. Some of these.
What was the actual diagnosis?
Oh, he had an obstruction. He had a squeaker from a toy. I had thrown them all out too because he would tear them up. They'd start to get a rip, and I would throw them out because our other dog wasn't rough with them, but like the squeaker toys.
My first dog, he used to love those squeakers.
But they had all been thrown out for a good month before he had the obstruction. So one of the squeakers must have fell out and was under the couch or like under the bed, some place where he just randomly found it and he ate it. So
what happens? Do they open up the the intestine that it's in, or where was
Yeah,
it?
they had to cut him, and then luckily there was no bowel disease, any necrotic
Damn it.
tissue. There was no damage, so they just had to do a little incision and remove it. And I mean, he has like a 6-8 inch incision in his belly, so I mean, it was a big incision. But he just went to the vet today. They got his sutures, removed them, and him and my other dogs had a checkup, so everything was
So
going
now
well.
does he hate going to the vet?
No, he loves it. Now my other dog, my old one, he's a little ornery. His name's George. He was so upset because he had to get a vaccine, and
Oh, yes.
they had to do like heartworm check on him. So he was so upset he had his blood drawn and had a needle in him,
Jack
crying.
and Lulu, boy, Lulu had to have surgery at 6 months old. Her knees started to pop out. It's something that happens to dogs, and they had
Hmm.
to shore them up. I had to have a professional guy from UC Davis, some doctor, come down and do it. He did
Hmm.
a great job, but she'll have arthritis in those back legs forever. But as soon as we go into the vet, oh my God. Between the two of them, and they're not little dogs, they're
Yeah,
8 pounds apiece. And they're clinging to me, around my legs. They won't do anything. They have to drag them out because they're too big to pick up.
right. Oh wow. Who
Okay.
were we? Who were we going to read on? We just got on a little bit of a tangent. Was it Liz Cheney? Were we going to? Yeah, if she was going to get reelected, right?
Oh, wow. Look at Spirits Beyond the Stars. Amy Barrett's husband used to be a cult leader, and the cult was accused of sexual assault. And Amy Barrett's husband left the cult because of the sexual assault claim.
Oh wow.
That's going to add all up. Trust me. None of this is behind closed door. We were reading on
And if Liz
Liz
Cheney was going
Cheney,
to get
and
reelected, yeah.
surprisingly, my cards say she's going to win.
Oh really? Just throw a couple here. I'm getting kind of wishy-washy with the energy of mine. I do get like, there's fulfillment with the 10 of Cups above her and Justice below, but she's coming through as the Hangman. And then for her short-term future, I'm not loving the cards because I get some kind of disappointment, sadness with the 4 of Cups, the Hermit. But she's speaking the truth, so it's a little wishy-washy.
Did they already have their primary?
I don't know. I don't think so. She's in Wyoming, I think.
9 of Cups is mine, which is, yes, with celebration.
Oh, well, that's good.
See. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. I know some other questions in here. Are you good for about another 10 minutes, Linda?
Yeah, and then I have another one at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
It's our guy, Andre. Today I'm doing shows all day. And then Mel's at 2 o'clock. Mel's eye's doing good, by the way. He's going to the doctor.
Yeah. Oh, is he going back to the doctor?
Yeah, he's going, because usually him and I do 10 a.m., but he has to go to the doctor. He said he'll be home afternoon. So I said, bring me a ham sandwich.
Is his eye okay then if he's going?
Oh, yeah, he's doing it. Okay. It's just a recheck,
Okay, got you.
I said, what did doc say? Bend over and I'll recheck. Is the Federalist Society going to be investigated? I'll tell you what, if Sheldon has anything to say.
Yeah.
On that like flies, so you know what?
I'm feeling intuitively like, yes, there is going to be an investigation. And I do think that White House is going to expose a lot, but it feels like it's more of next year, maybe beginning of 2024.
Well, especially when we get, we get a lot of Democrats where we get more. I can see them pulling up more committees, just like this January 6th with the Federalist Society. And I see them calling in these justices. And don't forget, I told you guys, the justices will have term limits down the road. And the justices will also have those things that they cannot hear a case that they have, like Thomas should have never done.
Refuse themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? the Supreme Court voted against Trump, except for Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
They voted against him, saying you can't have my paperwork, everything. But yet they voted for this abortion thing. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I think it's been clear to us all along that if they had a chance to do this, they would have with his appointment.
But then they don't get rid of Obamacare.
Right. I don't know. It's so weird, like what they focus on. And like I said too, it's you're waking up a beast right before midterms. I mean, that's the Democratic base is female,
Like,
women.
as soon as I heard this, all I could hear was they've awoken the sleeping giant. They've because women will not take this sitting down.
They're going to lose midterms because of this.
And also the fact that instead of just voting on that and leaving it be, no, he had to mention a guy that burned witches in the 18th century.
Oh, yeah.
That had something to do. And he had to mention about gay rights.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he even mention it? Is that like the signal, hey, everybody, bring it on down and we'll vote?
Yeah, I think so. I personally don't feel like gay marriage is going to be overturned or like any contraceptive bans, but I do feel a lot of Republicans are going to start talking about it, but I don't think it's going to do them any favors.
And then Ron Johnson talking about let's cut Social Security. They call it a benefit. No, it's not. It's like everybody gets it for free.
Right. Well, he's out of there. I've seen for a long time that Ron Johnson will be a flip to the Democrats.
Good.
Yeah, I've kind of felt I was feeling like between like 2 and 5 seat gain for Democrats, and I feel like the most confident that I feel with the Senate flips is PA and with Fetterman winning and
he's going to win hands
Johnson
down.
will be out. But there's a couple other ones that I feel good about. I even think Ohio might go blue in the Senate race with Tim Ryan.
I think Beta's going to win Texas. I don't know what you've said about that.
I feel like the energy feels a little bit different for him now, but I've always been very nervous of cheating in Texas and in Florida.
Okay.
I think it's going to be close. I think he definitely has a chance, but I haven't personally seen him jumping over the finish line. I think if you took the cheating out of it, yes, I think he would win. But I think with the cheating, it's just going to be so close.
Yeah. I see him winning.
I hope you're right. I think Beta would be
an
amazing.
Or if he loses, something will come forward that they have to go back and say, I'll be doggone, you guys cheated. And it went to Beta. Something's going to happen. And I see our girl winning in Georgia.
Oh, I see Stacey Abrams winning.
Florida, I'm on the fence. I really want that Chris guy to win.
Oh, Charlie Crist. And there's another Democrat. Chris is really like a moderate because he was a Republican. But I feel like he'll get the nomination and it will be against him and DeSantis. I was kind of feeling when I read on it before Chris would win. I mean, but like I said, there's going to be so much cheating in Florida and I think Texas especially. Like my radar's up for those 2 states.
Right. Is the Federalist Society going to be investigated? Here's Sheldon right in the middle of it. And by the way, a very interesting historical article came up on my Twitter, and I've been repeating it. The bullet wasn't made until 1852. So the Second Amendment has nothing to do with guns and bullets.
That's true.
Back then. But they're claiming, I will die with my Second Amendment. Well, listen, the bullet wasn't even made when the Second Amendment was done. So what the hell are you guys talking about? Sure, you have a bunch of muskets, go get them.
Mm-hmm. Well, they all, I mean, anything to serve their benefit. I absolutely see it being investigated because karma is on our side about the stealing of money and passing of money with the 7 of Swords and Ace of Pentacles.
Yeah.
I get a great feeling like for the outcome of it because they got the star, they got the 10 of cups. So like wishes being fulfilled. This is being divinely guided. Celebration with the 4 of wands, and then that money.
And it might not happen. It's a little bit, they're looking at the light and they're following the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Sheldon said. Follow the money. And fortune's fate will happen. And then it's all coming to the front.
I feel like it's going to probably be more talked about either next year or 2024. It doesn't feel like
I'll tell you, when I was in Oklahoma at the powwow, and they were talking about Kavanaugh, and people were writing me, Linda, you got to let us know. Is he going to get in? And my guys were as clear as day. I made a quick video in the backyard of the house I was renting. I said, you guys, he's going to get in. I could see it. I said, but then I see him in the rope sitting there and someone grabbing him by the shoulder and saying, come with us. So he's going to be taken out. He might be taken out in a scandal.
You know what? I feel like this will play into it, but I also feel more information coming out about how, you know, the FBI under Trump didn't properly vet him either, or vet all the women or all the people that had information on that. They didn't vet any of that. So
no,
more information is going to come out of that.
They refused to give clearances for his own family.
Yeah.
Remember? But Trump overrode them, said give it to them anyway. So we had people without proper security clearances running the nation.
Yeah. If we have time real quick, let's just address this. It's not really a question, but it kind of made me think of a question. Susan asked, why do you think other Republican states won't cheat? I'm thinking at the midterms, I think a lot of other states are going to try to cheat, try to fight the results. I do feel like there is some, there's going to be a lot of states protesting the results. But I've always felt like I said before, like 2 to 5 seat gain in the Senate. And I think the House is going to be pretty close to what it is now. We might even lose a seat or two from where we're at now, but it's going to be just a very narrow lead.
Well, we got to have more in Congress to codify Roe versus Wade, right? Or is it the Senate just fine?
Well, it would be the Senate with the filibuster, I would think.
Okay.
Because I don't see Manchin and Sinema having the power that they've had before. They're going to be kind of irrelevant.
Well, Manchin was upset. He's upset at them because he said they lied to him too. But listen,
you see a lot of recounts and stuff in a lot of other.
The thing is that when Trump was in office and when he won in 2016, they cheated. Russia helped, and that's what Mueller was trying to tell us.
Yeah.
Okay. So when all this comes out, he is determined to be a they'll just strip him from the history books as being a president. But what happened is, Reality Winner saved us. She told everybody, here's the document, you guys. Russia helped him win. And she got thrown in jail. And then if it wasn't for Reality Winner announcing this, all the people that do voting, the machines and everything, they sorted them out and made sure they were unbreakable. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened in 2020, in fact, that got Republican who came out and said, this was the safest voting ever. And they fired him for saying that. That's because people could not cheat like they would before. So
they cheated in different ways, not through that, but I think
they tried to bring
through mail. A lot of Republicans, a lot of those ballots, I think, were thrown out or not counted.
Well, they also tried. There's going to be so many that they can't cheat.
Yeah.
And they try to bring in fake electors.
I know.
Those people are going down too.
Yeah, I saw that. I felt that way too when they were testifying on it. And you know what too? The voting rights. I see with the Roe v. Wade, these hearings. I really see, even though I don't think voting rights is going to get passed before the midterms, we're going to still win, and then voting rights is going to come after. And I think that's going to...
John Lewis, yeah.
It's going to set us up for the next few elections, I feel.
That'll come to pass, where they shore it up. Well, you can't get arrested for giving someone a bottle of water. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's going to be a mass. That's what my guide showed me Millions of ants running to the polls. And
Mhm.
I thought they're going to move heaven and earth to get there. You know how ants are. They'll build another way around to get there.
Mhm.
But, you know, I don't want you guys to worry because they're saying, yeah, we're going to go down there. We've got all these DAs and lawyers. No, they don't. Most lawyers and DAs don't want their license pulled.
Right.
They start doing that rinky-dink stuff, they're going to get their license pulled.
Mhm.
So all that stuff about we got this. And remember those 3 that said they weren't even going to allow the Democrats that won? Oh, in my heart, I just don't believe they won. Never mind the votes. In my heart, that one guy had to go to Washington, D.C. because he was in the January 6th rally.
Okay.
Out in my heart. Well, they went to the top brass, to the real judges, and the judges says give the vote the people voted for.
Right.
And 2 of them said, well, we're going to do it. But the other guy called from Washington, D.C. I just can't because in my heart, yeah, whatever. So, well, Guy, I got to go.
Yeah, thank you so much, Linda. I had a fun time reading with you.
It was fun. Thank you. And I'm sorry I missed yesterday, but I'm glad to be here today.
Oh, good.
And Andre's show is going to be taped, you guys. I'll post it later. Thank you, everyone.
Take care, Linda. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.